Hello, good evening. This is Diecast Luna. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Vintage Matchbox Mondays. Episode 40, I believe. 40. I can't believe it's been 40 episodes. But yes, episode 40 of Vintage Matchbox Mondays. And again, this is going to be another one from my collection. But it will still be cool. Basically, I have actually been in contact with the guy from the shop that I go to, where I buy all my interesting vintage pieces from, and unfortunately he had to take 3 weeks off. He was advised to take 3 weeks, basically have a good couple of weeks to 3 weeks of rest, but he will be back excuse me, next week for definite. But I did bump into him, and obviously he has to look after his health first. Like I've said before, he is suffering from cancer, unfortunately, so obviously his health must come first. But at least next week, when he's back, I'll be able to go and actually get the cars that I've put to one side and start doing the normal episodes of Vintage Matchbox Mondays. But anyway, so tonight's video, like I said, I'm going to be basically showing the custom, or not, it's not actually a custom, the restoration that I was trying to work on for the last video from Friday night's custom. I did say that I was going to show it part way through the week, so I decided to show it tonight. So we're going to take a look at that first, and then we're going to take a look at some pieces from my collection. And I think I'm going to do another loose challenge, where you either want to go or you don't have to have a go. It's not a problem, but I will set it, and it's going to be basically well, I'll explain more as we go along. So anyway, before I show what I've done to the car, I will show what I started with, so just bear with me. So as you can see, it was two cars, and they were quite play worn. One was faded, one still had the wildcat stickers on the side. But anyway, we had some problems. Like I said, I broke the glass on one of them, and the other one I mucked the paint up full on badly on it. And so I've ended up just doing the one for the moment. The other one is going to be finished. I've managed to get some glass on eBay, so it will be hopefully here sometime soon, and then I'll finish that other one off. But I thought for the time being I would just show the one that I did manage to finish off. So let's put the camera down in usual fashion, and we'll take a look at the Matchbox Mustang. I think this is the Wildcat, or was the Wildcat. Now, it's not turned out too bad. But basically all I did was stripped it, cleaned up all the windscreen, cleaned up all the interior, re-chromed the engine as best as I could. The engine was in a pretty poor state. It had some like big dents in the top and quite worn down, so I managed to sort of gently file it. It's a little bit lower profiled now than it should have been, the blower, but I managed to get some shape back to the blower again, and then re-chromed it as best as I could. And like I said, I managed to clean the window up. There is a very slight crack in the window, but there's not a lot I can do about that. And the paintwork is alright. I'm not overly happy with the paintwork, but I re-chromed the wheels. Like I said, they made these cars, so obviously in pink with Wildcat down the side. They did do them in this similar shade of red. It is a shade of red, and I think they did it in green. I can't remember now, but when I looked up, I didn't want to spray them pink because it's not my colour. So I seen this red and thought, why not? Let's do it in this colour red. And obviously the base has been repainted black. But it's all right. And like I said, this isn't a custom. Well, technically it is a custom because it's had a change of colour. But I'm calling it a restoration, as they did do them in this shade of, like I said, in this shade of red. So there you go. So I'm happy with it. Like I said, this is what happens when you rush. And obviously it does roll nicely, and it still has its suspension. So that is awesome. That'll be going down on my shelf. So that is, or was, the Ford Mustang Wildcat. So let's have a little look underneath if we can. So it should say, get a bit of extra zoom on, Matchbox Superfast, made in England, obviously all that good stuff, 1970, Wildcat. But it is based on a blown Mustang. So there it is. It's got a little bit of orange peel. But by the time I got round to, excuse me, redoing this car, the weather had turned bad. So it was that whole interesting run outside, quickly spray, run back inside. And there was some casting defects, quite bad casting defects on the roof. There were some lumps poking up, and I managed to file them out. And now you can't even tell, but there was some quite prominent lumps on the roof. Anyway, so that's that. So I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out now. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying about this loose challenge. So basically, some of the cars I'm going to show, they've all got something in common, and what it is in common they've got is you can see the engine. So that's going to be the loose challenge. Can you see the engine? And that's basically it. So I'm going to show some cars that you can see the engine. So that means whether it's the engine's out for everybody to see, a bit like this one, or whether you can lift up a bonnet, a bit like this one. So the first car we'll start with obviously was the Wildcat, excuse me, and then obviously there's this very cool IROC Z. So, and obviously you can see the engine. So let's take a close look. So there you go, there is the engine. So pretty cool. And like I said, most of you lot have seen these castings before. This is a particular favourite of mine that you can obviously see the engine, and this is typical. This is very, very well overly done. In other words, they've definitely, and funnily enough, Matchbox even did bigger engines than this. Again, I can't remember what it is now, but there was another one of these that had an even bigger engine. But anyway, this is excuse me, I'm losing my voice, the Red Rider. But I don't know what it is about this. I think it's just the fact it's so overdone, so garish, that I actually like it. And I think it's based on, if I remember right, I think this is based on a Dodge Charger. But it's pretty cool. So where are we to? There you go, Red Rider. 72 copyright. And obviously it says made in Macau because this is from the Universal Toy era. So pretty cool. So you get the idea. And then this is a pretty cool piece. This is a much older super fast casting, and obviously this is what I like to call a survivor period car. It's not in immaculate condition, but it's in good enough condition. Somebody at some point has had a go at cleaning painting the lights up, but I'm not really too fussed about that. Like I said, it is in nice condition from something that's, so look, at least 1970, possibly 1969. Has it got a date? No, not that I can see, but it is the Ford GT. So I would have thought this is from about 69, possibly 70, but there you go. You can see the actual die-cast engine. So pretty cool. Then the next one is this, which is the Tanzania. Obviously you can see the engine. And also, whilst I've got it out, I might as well show the other one that I've got. You just pull it out the cupboard down here, bear with me, and here is the original version. This is a shame because this is something that was in really, really nice condition once, and the only reason, if you look, all these little chips and scratches are all fairly relatively new. This is where it's just been chucked in a box every time it's gone to car boot sale. As the person I bought this from a long time back said, that it was in very nice condition once, but that's what happens at car boot sales. So you can see it's just where it's not been hardly been played with, but it's still too nice to do up. It is in a good survivor condition, but that's the original Tanzania, whatever it's called, Tanzania. But obviously you can see the engine, and there is the later edition. I'm not sure if this was for if this is this, I'm not sure if this is the later edition or if this is the Chinese or Japanese version. I can't remember now. Someone did say to me it was a Japanese version, but I might be wrong. But pretty cool. Anyway, I do like it in the black. So let's put them to one side, and then this is a particular favourite of mine, and this came from a good friend of mine, good friend to us all. That's from Tyrone at Building the Ultimate Matchbox Collection. Sent me this, and it is an awesome piece. This is obviously a Lamborghini Countach, and again it is from, a little look, 1973, so it's about 1973, 1974, and it is in superb condition. And obviously you can see the engine, so pretty cool. And as I said before, if you do want to have a go at this, you don't have to use vintage Matchbox. You can use anything you like as long as you can see the engine. So it's anything, green light, auto weld, go mad. You know, if you've got vintage Matchbox, even better. But if you haven't, it doesn't matter. It's all about having some fun. So this is another pretty cool one. I have got the other variation of this, but I'm not going to show it tonight. This is my favourite variation. This is the same variation I had as a kid. This is the Sand Digger, but I had this one as a kid with the little bug on the little ladybird on the side. But obviously you can see the engine, so pretty cool. And another couple to go, so I thought a good excuse to pull out the race cars. So this is again another one that came from Tyrone. He knows exactly what I'm into. That is a good thing. But this is, I think this is the Formula 5000, I presume. I do have the box to this, so I can quickly show the box. There is the box. You can see it says 36 Formula 5000. I have that version as well in orange, but I've not shown it tonight. But this is the Champion or Texaco version, but again in amazing condition, as you can see. So it's pretty cool. Then probably my favorite one out of the race cars is this one. This is just the Team Matchbox number 8, and this one was a local car to me. I got this from not far from where I lived, but it's absolutely mint. And again, I have the box to this one. I just can't see where it is. There it is. There is the box to that one. It'd be awesome to find the yellow one. But this is very cool. Awesome sort of candy red colour, and you can see how clean it is, how crisp the white is on the driver. So fantastic piece. This is how I like to find them. Awesome piece. And then the last piece is going to be something a little bit more tatty. I suppose you could call it play warm, but it is very cool. So this is the GMC truck. Let's have a little look underneath what it actually says. If we can, it's upside down. So it says Matchbox number 20, series number 26, GMC tipper truck, 1970 copyright. But this is, like I said, this is in quite nice condition. It's a little bit too good to restore in my eyes. So obviously you've got the tipping function, and obviously you've got the little flap on the back, which still snaps back into place. And obviously the main reason is it has the cab over cab, obviously, and you can see the engine, which is I expect is probably a Detroit, maybe a Detroit diesel. I don't know, but I expect it's a V8. I'm sure somebody will tell me what it is or should be in these real trucks. I'm not sure. Maybe it's GM's own engine, possibly. But anyway, so that is tonight's video. A bit random, yes, but I didn't want to miss an episode. I really enjoy doing these vintage Matchbox Mondays episode. It is what I'm into the most, is the vintage castings. I love collecting my vintage stuff. I enjoy showing my movie cars, and I enjoy doing customs, and I enjoy collecting premium stuff. But I do enjoy immensely doing these videos for the Vintage Matchbox Mondays episode. And I'd just like to thank all of you that watch these episodes and comment, and and it's been, and like I said, I've enjoyed doing this. And 40 weeks, it's been good. We've had the odd week where we've missed, and we've had the odd week where we've had to do something a little bit different. And it's not easy trying to find stuff to show every week. I've been really lucky up until the man that I get my cars from. His shop has been closed because of illness. That's life. That is the way it goes. But it will resume next week. But anyway, like I said, have a go at the challenge if you want. Use some vintage cars if you like. If you haven't got them, doesn't matter. And obviously, all the challenge is going to be called is, can you see the engine? And with that, I'd like to say, please like, share, subscribe, give a big thumbs up, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.